What makes a car unforgettable? Is it the way it looks when sunlight hits the hood just right? The hum of a well-tuned engine that sends chills down your spine? Or is it the quiet pride of knowing you're sitting inside decades of engineering excellence? The 2026 Mercedes Benz E Class isn't just a car. It's a living legacy, shaped by time, crafted by purpose, and designed for those who understand what true automotive mastery feels like. If you've ever admired a Mercedes gliding silently past you, there's a reason it stays in your mind. It's more than steel and leather, it's the psychological experience of prestige. And in this video, you'll discover why the new 2026 E Class isn't just another model in the lineup. It's the most intelligent, refined, and emotionally satisfying version yet. Stick around till the end. You'll not only gain a new appreciation for what Mercedes has achieved, but you'll walk away understanding why car lovers call this a true masterpiece. For nearly 75 years, the E-Class has stood at the core of Mercedes-Benz. It's not the flashiest, it's not the loudest, but for those who know, really know, cars, it's the quiet champion. Introduced officially in 1953, the E-Class has evolved through every era of automotive innovation. Each generation didn't just reflect its time, it anticipated what was next. The 1968-8 laid the foundation for modern executive sedans. The 1995 W210 brought in groundbreaking safety features like side airbags. The 2016 W213 blurred the line between driver and digital assistant. It has always led by example. But this history is more than just technical progression, it's emotional. Psychologists say humans are wired to value legacy, a sense of continuation. That's why car enthusiasts feel connected to a brand like Mercedes. It's not just about what a car does today, it's about what it represents through time. The E-Class taps into that deeply rooted desire for tradition paired with progress. It gives you something familiar, yet constantly reimagined. The 2026 E-Class builds directly on that emotional blueprint. It doesn't try to break with history, it leans into it, proudly. It's a continuation of the E-Class DNA, poised, confident, timeless. But now, it's smarter, smoother, and more emotionally attuned to the person behind the wheel. Mercedes-Benz understands one core truth about car lovers. They don't just want horsepower, they want harmony. A car that doesn't shout but speaks softly with intent. A machine that feels like an extension of your personality. And that's exactly what the E-Class has always offered. That's why it holds a unique place in automotive culture, the one car that professionals, enthusiasts, and even rival engineers respect equally. The design evolution of the E-Class also mirrors the psychology of refinement. Over the decades, Mercedes has removed the unnecessary and emphasized clarity. Cleaner lines, subtle details, a stance that says I've arrived without needing to prove it. Car lovers crave that feeling. It's the reason you don't forget a Mercedes when you see one. It sticks in your visual memory because it's designed with intent, not noise. The E-Class has always also stood for balance. Not too sporty, not too soft, just right. And this balance is not just a driving feel, it's a psychological comfort zone. Research shows that humans respond positively to symmetry, proportion, and calm, all of which define the design philosophy of the E-Class. From the early boxy frames to the current aerodynamic curve, Mercedes has constantly aligned the E-Class with what our brains perceive as stable, trustworthy, and premium. And let's not forget the role this car has played in defining what a luxury sedan even means. Before touchscreens, before AI systems, before driver assists, the E-Class was already introducing innovations that shaped the entire industry. It was the first in its class to offer features like adaptive suspension, intelligent lighting, and now, in 2026, an AI Key-O-Pilot that learns your preferences, habits, and even your moods. That evolution doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of decades of intentional engineering. Another reason the E-Class stands out in the minds of car lovers is its emotional accessibility. It's not a supercar. It's not a hyper-luxury limousine. But it gives you a taste of both, just enough to feel like you've reached something special. And psychology confirms this too. Aspirational ownership is more powerful than excessive ownership. We value what we grow into. The E-Class is the car you dream about in your 20s, work toward in your 30s, and cherish in your 40s and beyond. And now, with the 2026 version, Mercedes has added another layer to that dream. It's no longer just about being seen in the E-Class. It's about feeling deeply connected to a driving experience that respects your intelligence, your taste, and your sense of heritage. So when you see the 2026 Mercedes Benz E Class, know this: you're not just looking at a new model. You're looking at the result of over 7 decades of precise evolution. A symbol of everything Mercedes stands for. A car designed not only with hands and machines, but with understanding, emotional, historical, and mechanical understanding. Stay with us, because what comes next will show you how this masterpiece doesn't stop at legacy. It brings it fully alive in every curve, every sound, and every turn of the wheel. Design is not just about how a car looks, it's about how it makes you feel. The 2026 Mercedes Benz E Class understands this better than most. Every line, every surface, every light signature is crafted to evoke an emotion, not just admiration, but connection. For the passionate car lover, this is what separates a good car from a great one. And Mercedes has made it clear the E Class is designed not to impress at first glance, but to leave a lasting imprint in your memory. From the outside, the 2026 E Class takes the legacy of elegance and brings it forward with a bolder, cleaner presence. The front grille, now more sculpted and wider, creates a confident face. It's not aggressive, it's assertive. The digital light headlamps, now finer in detail, are shaped like precision instruments. They don't just light the road, they signal intelligence. The side profile has been smoothed to reduce drag, but it still maintains the muscular shoulders that give the E Class its classic stance. The rear, with its wraparound LED taillights and a subtle chrome strip, finishes the look with understated grace. This is not styling for the sake of attention. It's a visual language, calm, composed, and powerful. Psychologists say the human brain processes visual harmony in milliseconds. Symmetry and proportion subconsciously trigger feelings of safety and trust. That's why the E Class feels premium even before a single engine note is heard. Its design isn't cluttered, it's curated. And car enthusiasts instantly pick up on this difference. The 2026 model walks that fine line between modern and timeless, making it feel futuristic without losing its identity. Step inside and the emotional effect deepens. The cabin is not just an interior, it's an environment designed around the human senses. The moment you open the door, the lighting welcomes you softly. Your fingertips meet materials that have been carefully selected not only for durability, but for psychological comfort. Real wood, brushed aluminum, sustainable leather alternatives. Each texture has a story. It's tactile luxury, crafted for those who notice the details. But it's the digital experience that redefines the E Class cabin in 2026. At the center is the MBUX Superscreen, a sweeping curved display that extends across the dashboard. It's not just a screen. It's an interface between you and the car's intelligence. Every animation is fluid. Every touch is met with instant feedback. And yet it doesn't overwhelm. The design is clean, intuitive, and warm. This balance is crucial because cognitive science tells us something important. Too much information causes stress, but thoughtful, well-paced design creates relaxation. Mercedes has engineered that feeling into every corner of this space. The ambient lighting system now includes active light patterns that respond to driving modes, voice interactions, and even moods. Studies show that ambient light has a direct effect on emotional state. That's why the E Class lets you choose from 64 colors, not just for aesthetics, but to influence how you feel during each journey. Cool blues to calm, warm ambers to energize, soft purples to elevate night drives. It's more than ambiance. It's emotional engineering. Sound is another element that Mercedes treats with the care of an artist. The Burmester 4D surround sound system doesn't just play music. It shapes it around you. With speakers embedded in the seats and precise calibration, it turns the cabin into a private concert hall. But even more impressive is the quiet. Acoustic glass, advanced insulation, and new suspension geometry reduce road noise to a whisper. And this matters because silence isn't just a luxury. It's a psychological cue for peace. In a world filled with noise, the E Class offers a retreat. The seating ergonomics are designed using real human feedback, not just computer models. Each seat is contoured for spinal support, pressure distribution, and posture alignment. You don't just sit in the E Class, your body rests, your mind settles. And Mercedes has gone further by integrating subtle seat kinetics, micro movements that adjust automatically to reduce fatigue during long drives. Most drivers won't even notice it consciously, but their bodies will thank them. Even the air you breathe is curated. The cabin air filtration system now includes an advanced ionizer and fragrance diffuser. But Mercedes didn't choose random scents. They selected blends scientifically shown to reduce stress and improve alertness. This isn't just a gimmick. It's rooted in behavioral research that shows how multi-sensory environments can shape perception, attention, and mood. Every design decision inside and out reflects a deep understanding of how drivers interact with their cars on an emotional level. Car lovers know a car is more than a tool. It's a space where you think, reflect, feel, and live. Mercedes has honored that idea with the E Class. They didn't just build a cockpit, they built a sanctuary. And this philosophy is what sets the E-Class apart from trend-driven competitors. Mercedes doesn't chase fashion, it defines rhythm. While others lean into aggressive, edgy designs to provoke, the E-Class chooses elegance to persuade. And in the long run, persuasion lasts longer than provocation. That's why E-Class designs remain desirable even a decade later. They age with dignity, they grow with you. The 2026 E-Class is a perfect example of design working on every psychological level: visual, tactile, auditory, emotional. Nothing is accidental. Every inch is tuned to create a lasting impression. And for car lovers, this is where the obsession begins. In the lines, the lights, the feeling of the wheel under your hands, the quiet hum of excellence surrounding you like a second skin. This is design at its highest form. Not to show off, but to satisfy. Not to overwhelm, but to invite. The 2026 Mercedes Benz E Class doesn't just look right, it feels right. Because it was designed for people who understand that a car's shape is more than its silhouette. It's the first sentence in a story that you get to drive every single day. Beneath the polished surface of the 2026 Mercedes Benz E Class lies something far more powerful than what meets the eye. A level of engineering that doesn't just move the car forward, but redefines what movement feels like. Car lovers don't just crave speed or horsepower. What they truly seek is control, confidence, and the sensation that the machine beneath them understands their intent. That's the silent promise of the new E-Class, a car that listens, learns, and responds. Under the hood, the 2026 E-Class offers multiple engine configurations, but all share a common goal: seamless performance wrapped in efficiency. The lineup includes refined 4-cylinder and 6-cylinder units, supported by mild hybrid and plug-in hybrid technologies. Every powertrain is designed to deliver not just output but smooth, intelligent delivery. For those who appreciate balance over brute force, this matters. The integration of Mercedes' 48-volt EQ boost system adds a layer of responsiveness that feels intuitive, almost anticipatory. It doesn't slam you with power. It flows with you, giving torque where and when you need it, making acceleration feel like a natural extension of your thoughts. This is the kind of engineering that car lovers admire, not just for what it does, but for how it does it. Every rev, every shift, every deceleration is measured, refined, and enhanced by an array of onboard systems that work silently in the background. The experience is less about dominance and more about harmony. Psychologically, this taps into a driver's need for control without tension. A powerful emotional feedback loop where the machine becomes an ally, not a challenge. Ride quality has always been a hallmark of the E-Class, and in 2026 it reaches new heights. Mercedes engineers have reworked the multi-link suspension system with greater adaptive range. Paired with optional aromatic air suspension, the car glides over imperfections with fluidity, yet tightens up confidently during spirited driving. This duality, comfort with precision, is what makes the E-Class so rewarding. You don't sacrifice softness for control. You get both. Studies show that driver satisfaction increases when the car adapts to different road conditions without requiring constant adjustments. It creates a sensation of mastery. You feel like you're in command, yet effortlessly so. Steering feel has also been fine-tuned. The electromechanical system now uses data from navigation, sensors, and driver behavior to adjust feedback dynamically. That means sharper response in curves, lighter touch during tight city turns, and stable resistance at high speeds. This variable steering input creates psychological trust, a core factor in how safe and connected a driver feels. It reduces cognitive load. You think less, react faster, and drive better. But the real leap forward in the 2026 E-Class isn't just mechanical, it's digital. The latest generation of the MBUX infotainment system is more than just a display. It's an artificial intelligence that understands patterns, routines, and preferences. Over time, the system learns your preferred temperature, seating position, route choices, and even your favorite radio stations or podcast times. It predicts instead of asks. This level of personalization makes the car feel like it knows you. Psychologically, this builds a sense of partnership between human and machine, a concept known in cognitive science as ambient intelligence. It reduces friction. It builds loyalty. Even the voice assistant is smarter. It now recognizes tone, urgency, and even stress levels. For example, if your voice is raised or you sound tense, it may dim lights, soften audio, and adjust the climate to bring comfort. These subtle interventions are based on Mercedes' investment in emotional AI, systems that understand not just input, but context. The result is a car that feels like it genuinely responds to you, not just your commands. Then there's safety, the invisible engineering that protects without drawing attention. The E-Class has long been a leader in this field, and the 2026 model continues that legacy. Advanced Driver Assistance Systems, ADAs, now include enhanced lane keeping, evasive steering assist, active blind spot monitoring, and a more intuitive, adaptive cruise control system that feels less robotic and more human. The car doesn't just correct your mistakes, it supports your decisions. One notable new feature is the Attention Assist system, now paired with biometric sensors in the steering wheel and seat. These detect microsignals, small changes in posture, grip, and heart rate, to determine if the driver is distracted or fatigued. If signs of stress are detected, the car can activate support features, suggest rest, or adjust cabin settings to re-engage focus. It's another example of how Mercedes Benz treats driving as a human experience, not just a mechanical task. And for those who care about what's coming next, Mercedes hasn't forgotten the future. The E-Class is now equipped with hardware ready for Level 3 autonomy. While full self-driving may not be active everywhere, the platform is in place. Over-the-air updates ensure that the car evolves over time, meaning the E-Class you buy today may drive smarter a year from now. This plays directly into the psychology of ownership, knowing that your investment improves, adapts, and stays relevant. What makes this all even more compelling is the way Mercedes integrates it. Nothing feels bolted on. Everything feels purposeful. It's what car lovers notice. When engineering is so refined, it disappears. The car doesn't boast, it behaves. It's the difference between showing off and showing up. And that's exactly what Mercedes has done here. The 2000 and 2006 E-Class is the quiet confidence of German engineering. It's not about big numbers or flashy gimmicks. It's about deep intelligence, mechanical empathy, and delivering that rare sensation, trust. You trust the acceleration, you trust the handling, you trust the systems to assist, not annoy. That trust becomes the foundation for something rare in modern driving: relaxation. This is what Mercedes understands so well. The engineering of a car isn't just about how it performs, it's about how it makes you feel while it performs. When everything works in harmony, your mind is free to enjoy the journey. And in the 2000 and 2006 E-Class, every journey becomes a quiet celebration of what's possible when technology, psychology, and precision come together under one roof and one hood. A car becomes legendary not by chance, but by understanding people, their needs, their desires, their emotions. That's why the Mercedes Benz E Class has lasted for generations. Because it doesn't just evolve with technology, it evolves with us. The 2026 model isn't simply an upgrade in power or design. It's a reflection of what modern drivers value at a deeper level: clarity, calm, confidence, and connection. And that's what makes the E-Class more than just a vehicle. It's a philosophy on wheels. At its core, the E-Class has always been a bridge. It connects performance with comfort, tradition with innovation, and personality with practicality. But the 2026 model goes even further. It speaks directly to the emotional identity of its driver. In a world that's moving faster and demanding more, this car offers something most vehicles forget to provide: peace. Not silence for the sake of quiet, but meaningful stillness. The kind of stillness that lets you think clearly, breathe fully, and drive with intention. Car lovers often describe their favorite models not by specs, but by feeling. It just feels right. That phrase is more than a compliment. It's a sign that a vehicle has connected with its driver on a human level. The 2026 E-Class creates this feeling by aligning with what psychologists call emotional congruence, when external surroundings match your internal state. Step inside the cabin and everything reflects calm clarity. Drive it, and every response mirrors your exact input. Nothing fights you. Nothing distracts. The car becomes your emotional equal, not just your mechanical tool. This emotional bond is why Mercedes fans stay loyal. It's not about brand, it's about trust built over time. Each E-Class generation has delivered more than just transportation. It has offered identity. For business professionals, it signals success without arrogance. For families, it offers security with style. For enthusiasts, it offers refinement without compromise. The 2026 version continues that message. It doesn't try to be something it's not. It knows exactly what it is, and that confidence transfers to the person behind the wheel. Confidence, in fact, is one of the most powerful psychological effects a car can give. Studies in behavioral science confirm that environments that reduce uncertainty increase feelings of control and well-being. This is exactly what the E-Class provides. Whether it's through its predictive navigation, adaptive suspension, or voice-responsive systems, the car removes mental clutter. It lets you focus on the road and on yourself. This isn't just engineering. This is emotional intelligence.